How's it going? And welcome to my guide on setting up a memorable entrance for this amazing campaign, Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. This campaign is very open to interpretation. It is a very DM hands-on kind of approach, and it requires a little bit of legwork to make this work. In this video, we're going to go over certain things to basically set up the first couple of sessions of your campaign to really guide the players into whatever direction they want and outline what you as a DM are going to be focusing on. This video is of course going to contain spoilers, so players, if you plan on playing in this adventure, please kindly step away, but direct your DMs here because DMs, we're going to go over a few lists here. I got a nice little list written down on how we're going to make these first couple of sessions a nice cold entrance to the campaign. Let's go ahead and dive right into number one. Don't have the player characters from Icewind Dale. There is a lot of exploration to this campaign. There is a lot of meeting NPCs to this campaign. There's a lot of mystery and exploration to this campaign, and you will rob yourself of a lot of it if you have all of the player characters from Icewind Dale. They'll always be asking, "Oh, hey, I've been here. What do I know?" And then you're gonna have to sift through all this information on what they do know or what they don't know. It is, in my opinion, a far better approach to just have a bunch of people who don't know what's going on and giving them the information so that way both the players and the player characters are both in the same loop. So, how are they getting to Icewind Dale and why are they going to Icewind Dale? Well, how they're getting to Icewind Dale is pretty simple. They're joining the last caravan of the season and it's heading up the 10 trails all the way to Bryn Shander. As their caravan makes their way through the 10 trails and finally gets through the spine of the world, a avalanche and a blizzard basically collapses down behind them, truly locking themselves off from the rest of the world. Now these characters, whether they had planned to go back or not, are totally stuck here in this frozen hellscape. So now that they're stuck here, the other question is, why are they here in the first place? Maybe they have some friends and family that they're coming to meet that they haven't seen in a while. Maybe they are just part of this group of caravan guards and just gets reluctantly stuck here and doesn't know what to do. Maybe their secret is guiding them here for a very specific reason. Or maybe they have heard whispers in the wind of some brand new adventure or some type of basically get rich quick scheme that is guiding them here because they really want to get some gold. Whatever the case may be, whichever one you choose, it is a great way to get your players into this new world for the first time and also have them truly experience exploring this Icewind Dale. Number two, introduce the Arcane Brotherhood early. There is a pretty strange gap in this adventure where your party essentially meets a woman for the first time, and as she immediately says, "Hey, we've got to go to an island somewhere. Let's go right now because we got to get some items and to go somewhere." It really is a very strange stretch, and I presume a lot of groups are not going to hop on that immediately because that sounds crazy. So have Velen, and not just Velen Harpel, but the rest of the Arcane Brotherhood make earlier appearances in the campaign. Let them choose their alliances. Do they meet up with Velen Harpel and think that she's good and dandy? Maybe they meet up with Avarice and think that she is a powerful ally and she is totally awesome to have on their side. Maybe they meet up with Zan, the Red Wizard, and think that he's a pretty neat guy, and then lo and behold, later on he can get killed in front of the group. That could make a really cool entrance. And last and certainly not least, we could have Nas Lantomir could have a brush in with the party and say, "Hey, I'm going somewhere. Maybe I'll tell you about it later." And then lo and behold, they find out that he was killed on Oral's abode. Having the Arcane Brotherhood make an early appearance and basically slipping some rumors as to why they are here in the first place and what they're doing is a great way to get them familiarized with the different little factions in the Arcane Brotherhood and as a way to actually influence the party to going to Oral's abode and then eventually to the Caves of Hunger. Number three, rumors, rumors, rumors. I love rumor tables. I always love those old school rumor tables of, there's like 50 different rumors and it says to the side it's either true, false, or partly true. I love that stuff. And thankfully, there is some of that in this book here. We have basically rumors that can direct people to all the various locations in chapter 2, and they shouldn't have to basically wait until they're a higher level to hear these rumors. It doesn't make any sense that, oh hey, you're powerful, you look a little stronger, let me tell you about this. They should be overhearing these things in conversation. When they're at the tavern or maybe they're just walking around, they should be overhearing people talking about the various landscape around them, and maybe people do actually, slip information to them purposely and say, "Hey, I heard that there is this giant throne called the Yarlmoot down the river. Oh, hey, I heard that there is a pirate ship that is, wrecked over there." They should be hearing these rumors and letting stuff really simmer. They also shouldn't be getting these rumors one at a time either. If you sow these rumors one at a time, they are probably going to be hopping on the next thing in front of them. The best solution here is to throw multiple rumors at them and see which one sticks with them. If you tell them that, oh, hey, there is potentially, a lost spire somewhere, and there is, this pirate ship, and also there's this black cabin, they will talk to themselves. They'll talk to each other and say, "Hey, that cabin doesn't sound like it's too far away, and it sounds cool. Let's go ahead and check it out." And that lets you, as a DM, really sit there and tailor this adventure to what they want. You, instead of having to read up on every little bit, you can then just hear their responses and prep what they want to play. And these rumors shouldn't be exclusive to just the locations in Chapter 2. One, you should add your own fun rumors that are either true, false, or partially true. Maybe they lead to dead ends out in the middle of the ragged glacier. Maybe there are rumors told by rival adventurers that are just waiting for them to go out into the open to ambush them. Maybe they hear about a rumor that there is a cave somewhere filled with loot, but people forget to mention that very bigs are, protecting the place. Throw some stuff out there, see what works, see what doesn't work, and don't have every single thing be necessarily 100% true. Otherwise, they might get into the mentality of, I hear something, it has to be true, because, you know, as a DM, being a little deceptive is a lot of fun. Number four, the Black Ice, the Charterlin. There is scattered all across this adventure. There is some instances of the Black Ice of the Charterlin, and it is actually a very big component of this adventure because there is, of course, the Charterlin dragon, and the Duragar are going out trying to capture all this stuff. You should, have the group meet up with some people, and they might seem nice and friendly at first, but then they begin to notice that these NPCs slowly begin to change over time because this NPC that they know and love has come into contact with this black ice and is slowly turning evil. They should also be hearing some rumors and maybe even witnessing that several black ice, maybe small crystals or maybe little sculptures or pendants, amulets, whatever, they should be seeing these things or hearing about these things disappearing. And there should be some connection of, oh hey, maybe our friend that my friend, he started not becoming cool anymore, and also there's this string of robberies that involve only a specific, piece of material. Why is that? Because as of right now, it seems more likely that if they don't interrogate any Durgar ever, they're going to all of a sudden see a dragon just pop out of thin air and question what the heck even is it. So really, really, peter these out over the course of the adventure, going all to the 10 towns, that there is some black ice and that black ice is disappearing. And number five here, making the place a little colder. So O'Reilly is essentially the big baddest of this adventure, but she doesn't seem to be influencing the group in any way. She doesn't seem to be actually afflicting the party in any way, other than the fact that there is some cultist of her name running around, and then there is, of course, the sacrifices to O'Reilly going around. If you present that this place is getting colder over time, that'll really make them realize that, hey, if this place is getting colder, it's going to get so cold to the point where we can't live. Let's go ahead and we got to find a way to try and stop her. And that can also play into the sacrifices, like I just previously mentioned. If there is sacrifices going on, maybe O'Reilly prevents blizzards from directly hitting the towns, and maybe they can even see that with their own eyes. Maybe one day there is a blizzard and it's clearly coming for the town that they're in, and then all of a sudden they see the blizzard sort of like shift apart and move around the city, and that is going to reaffirm to the city that, hey, these sacrifices are good, let's keep it up, or maybe even amp it up even further. But once they go outside into the wilderness, these blizzards and the cold and the winds, they are going to be super extreme and deadly and get even deadlier, making O'Reilly seem like she is truly trying to freeze over this place, and she really doesn't care about what happens out in the wilderness. All right, with these 5 things, this should definitely make your first several sessions of this campaign truly spark out, and it should let them know what they're getting into. They are being isolated, places getting colder, there is a lot of stuff to be going on around here that they can go out and explore, and there is some friends who could potentially turn into enemies later on. Really sell this campaign in the first couple of sessions. If they begin to really dig Icewind Dale and, more importantly, the 10 towns, they are going to be a lot more attached to all the NPCs they meet and actively work to help save all of the NPCs they've met along the way. And this is going to influence them trying to save them from the Black Ice, from the Duragar, and from O'Reilly herself. That is going to wrap it up for this episode. I'm going to be making in-depth, super duper extreme in-depth videos on each individual chapter of this campaign. Those will be coming out soon, and my oh my, is there going to be a lot to cover in those videos. So stay tuned for that. Go ahead and tell me, are you running this adventure already, or are you about to get started? Are you going to use some of my information, or are you going to totally throw it out the window and do something else? There is a lot of cool ways you can run this adventure, and it is entirely up to the DM to really sell this adventure. That's going to wrap it up for me here. I'm already running a group through this adventure, and I can't wait to run more groups through this adventure because I know that this game is going to be different every single time I run it because of what rumors the groups pick up on, how they interact with the world, and who they go after at what time. That's going to do it for me. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.